I am Grady Collane, the CapeCod.com News Center, joined today by two special guests from Habitat for Humanity here to discuss the upcoming Ride for Homes event. Do you mind just introducing yourselves for our listeners, starting with you, Sandra?
Hi, I'm Sandra Harrison. I'm the Volunteer and Community Relations Manager of Habitat for Humanity of Cape Cod.
All right, awesome. Pete?
And I'm Peter Brooks. I'm the Chief Financial Officer, CFO, Habitat for Humanity of Cape Cod.
All right, awesome. Now, obviously, I want to talk a little bit more about what this ride is, how it benefits you guys. I know, Pete, you've come in full regalia.
That's right.
You're ready to go. You got the helmet on the side. He's rocking it, nice lime green visibility. We're going to be talking a little bit about his equipment as well for the ride for people who are interested and from that point of view, our riders themselves. But first, do you mind? I'm not quite sure who to ask, but can you tell us a little bit more about what the ride is? How is it benefiting you guys? And just a couple maybe of the new additions that are included for this year's special.
Sure. The ride is it's the 7th annual ride, walk, and run now. It starts on September 15th. Sometime between 7 and 10 o'clock, depending upon the events. Finishes by 12:30. You're home in time for the Patriots game at 1 o'clock, which people used to think was a big thing. It might not be as big a thing anymore.
We lost Brady, and unfortunately now it's just a whole. But you're right. So that's interesting. There's some, but I see now we have there's a run and walk event too.
Exactly.
So is that
Yep. So there's a run and walk event. I changed my headgear here. So right along the canal, we have the location is along the canal. So that's at Aptucxet Trading Post is right on the canal, and the run and walk is the same approach. You run down and run back the canal. There's a 5K turnaround, there's a 10K turnaround, and there is a do your own as well. So it's really easy. It's very flat, and it's a great event. Hanlon's Shoes is sponsoring a gift certificate, an $80 gift certificate for people that do the run, walk, and race a minimum amount of money.
Oh, okay. So that's all. So it's not like, obviously it's not a race. It's not really for like a prize or anything. It's just to raise some funds. Sandra, do you mind actually just talking a little bit about how this is going to be benefiting your guys' organization, some of the services that are available from Habitat?
Sure. So, with us being a nonprofit and we're always trying to build more affordable homes on Cape Cod, we do a lot of fundraising. So one of the big fundraising events is the Ride for Homes. And we always aim to raise more and more every year. Right now, we have a participant who does a 40-mile ride. He's close to $9,800 just by himself raising funds. The minimum fundraising is $300. However, that includes your $95 registration fee. So you really only have to raise about $205 more. You definitely exceed that. It's a fun time. Like, we were talking about, it's not timed, it's not a race. It's kind of leisurely. You can do the 12-mile, 20 or 40-mile bike rides. The 40-mile goes all the way to Woods Hole and back, 20 to Mashpee Island back, and then the 12 along the canal. The same thing with the run and walk. So, it's really a fun time. You're not, we love the teams that people have created and for to raise funds more, but we also have a lot of individuals, and after people come back around 11:30, 12, there's a nice celebratory barbecue. We have music, games. You're going to hear from one of our Habitat homeowners. So we have a wonderful group of sponsors that are making this ride possible for us, one of which is Cam Appliances. They're the presenting sponsor for the ride.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you mentioned a few events, obviously the barbecue. Is there some before as well, kind of like opening ceremonies, to say? Or?
So there's going to be in the opening ceremony, the start of each ride and walk. So we have the 40 miles starting off at 7 o'clock, Peter?
Yep.
And then the next we'll have a MC and they're going to kick off, and then the same thing with the 20, 12, and then a run walk. So, you don't have to be here right at 7 if you're just walking and running. So we kind of tailor it around to everyone's what they're doing for exercise.
It is important to have the options because there are people like me who are not built for 40 miles. I can tell you that much right now. The knees would not like it. Mm-hmm. But that is awesome. It sounds like you got a lot of family-oriented events and trying to incorporate more people. So that is great for accessibility. As well, the opening events are very fun and interesting too. And down by the canal, beautiful place, especially this time of year. So you picked a good time and a good place. I wanted to ask a little bit about the involvement from a rider's point of view, though. Pete, do you mind telling us a little bit about when you first started getting involved in riding? Maybe did that dovetail into Habitat? Were you already with Habitat, then became a rider? And then how was your personal involvement here?
Yeah, I started riding many years ago just to be outside and to be honest, to be socialized and meet friends as well. So it was really a great opportunity to meet a really great group of people. I joined the Cape Cod Cycling Club, 4Cs, and that helped a lot too. And there's people on the bike ride. It's, as I tell people, it's spandex or non-spandex. You don't have to have a road bike. You can have any kind of bike you want and just do the ride. And just riding is a great time. A lot of times we'll ride and chat at the same time, just like people run and walk and chat. Well, we'll ride and chat at the same time.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, it's dangerous for me, the uncoordinated, but that is awesome. So you're an old hand. Will you be riding in this upcoming week?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to be leading one of the 40-mile groups. There's people go their own speed. It's not a race, as you said before.
Sure.
And so people have a grand old time. It's a fun event and really a good camaraderie.
And now to put you on the spot, so does that mean that I could sponsor you if I wanted to? Right. You're involved as like a team, like the default to pick potentially.
Exactly. Yes. So it's a really good point that some people like to ride, walk or run, but people that can't do that can donate to anybody. And we have a the minimum is 300. A lot of people are trying to get over 1,000 because if you get over $1,000 raised and donated, including the 300. Then people get a bike shirt if you're a bicyclist, or really get a great piece of apparel if you're a walker or runner.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that is interesting. I don't want to. I hate to ask the number of questions, but so have you gotten a few over 1,000 people already? We have a few people. Yeah. Have to order any more gifts or anything for the?
Yeah, exactly. We actually wait till the end of the ride or the run walk, and then based on what people have raised, we order the
and bring them in. That would be very. It'd be inspiring if you were to have more people than you had gifts, but probably not the most ideal.
And the hard part is the sizing for that, because if you have to figure out the size of people beforehand, it's kind of impossible to be exactly right.
That is true. It's unfortunate. But that is interesting. So this is upcoming. This is going to be on September 15th, and I believe so. You can register now and do the opening. But Sandra, you mentioned before that you don't have to do it ahead of time. You can do day of.
You can do the day of. We'll have check-in tables, and say if you didn't register, that's not a problem. You would come, register, and pay, and donate, whatever your minimum 300, but right. You can definitely do more. But yeah, you can do the day out. But we really do want people to register beforehand if they can, just so we know how many people to expect. And, it's just a fun time. You get to meet other people that are supporters of Habitat. And we have volunteers there to guide people through the registration process on site, as well as get everyone to where they need to be to start running, walking, or riding. And yeah, I mean, it's a good time. It's fun. We always knock on wood for great weather. It's just a perfect location.
I know we've jinxed it now, just in time for the.
Yes.
But Pete, is there anything else you wanted to add before?
Yeah, I was going to say a couple of things. One is that if you want to register beforehand, it's habitatcapecod.org, and click on events, and that will take you right to the place.
If you want, we have even better, habitatcapecod.org /ride for homes.
Right.
Yes. /ride for homes. Yep. We will also, for those who are listening on CapeCod.com, we also have a link in the description under this segment, either on the YouTube page or on the CapeCod.com page as well. We have the link there for people who want to click on. But yeah, that's about all the time that we have. Sandra, is there anything else you wanted to add for our listeners about any kind of other services going on, excitement for this event in general? And
yeah, I mean, we're very excited. Sunday, September 15th, Ride for Homes, but we're nonstop. So the week of September 23rd is our Home Builders Blitz Build with the Home Builders and Riders Association of Cape Cod. That is on Jack Delaney Lane, which is off of 401 Setauket Road in Dennis. So you'll hear more from us in the coming week.
Yeah, please stay tuned for the next segment on that event as well. And Pete, any exciting words for getting ready for the bikeathon and everything else?
It's coming up. It's really exciting. It's a great, it's a really scenic route, particularly going, well, any of the routes are scenic. They're all right along the water. The one that goes to its hole is right along the Shine Sea Bike Path. Mashney Island is right on the ocean too. So it's a great scenic, trip. And Sea Sports provides sag wagon support. So there's a lot of support. It's a rider-friendly ride, as well as a lot of signage around.
All right, awesome. Thank you both for joining me for this conversation. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you, Grady.
Thank you.
I'm Grady Collane, the CapeCod.com News Center, and thank you for listening.